everybody, Touchknot here up at the 2024 New Hampshire Highland Games at Loon Mountain, and my good buddy of many years, Paul Ritchie, Clan McIntosh and Clan Donald. He's a drum major, and I know nothing about that, so that's why we're here, hoping Paul can fill us in. He just finished the competition, so how'd it go, Paul?
It went well. It went well. The weather was good. You know, that was the big thing, the weather.
Right.
You know, but it went well. It was fun. It's always fun up here.
So it's usually a field of like maybe 4 or half a dozen at the most.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Right.
This field here is actually the longest that we do. It's twice the length and twice the size of the ones that we normally go out on.
Okay.
Normally it's supposed to be 64 paces, but it's a lot longer than that.
Okay.
So,
right.
Bit daunting, but fun.
Nice. So pipe major and drum major, is that the same? Is that different? What is that?
Pipe major and drum major are not the same. Pipe major is in charge of things musically. The orchestration of the band, the tune choices, the teaching, the leader of the musical end of the band. The drum major offers direction to the band in the front row spot, which makes it kind of nice. But the pipe major will turn over the band to the drum major, who in turn gives direction on the field. For instance, songs are so long, but if there's a need, whether in parade or at a function, to go longer, they follow the drum major more or less as a conductor than anything else. So they generally have the same musical background. Most of the drum majors here either play drums or pipes.
I see, yeah.
So musically, we're part of the band. If there's no need for a drum major, the rest of the time we work as the leader of the band to guide them around, as well as taking care of logistics, making sure everybody's there right on time and so on.
I see, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
So what would you call this? What is there a name for that?
This is a mace.
A mace.
And this is made out of Malacca cane, and kind of like your walking sticks.
Yeah.
Maybe not Malacca, but it has the same bending qualities to it, and it bounces right back. As a matter of fact, when we're flourishing, if somebody takes a picture right at the right point, you'll see as much bend.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just flex like that.
Yep. The top is called the head.
Okay.
And this is called the ferrule.
All right.
And that's just it. It's a tall piece. Gives a nice viewpoint for everybody else to see and kind of guide.
Right. And I know you've got a background with the United States Army. Is that correct?
That's right. Go Army.
Right. United States Army here. So what gives you some outlook on marching and I would think parade fields and things that others might not have. Is that correct?
It's very helpful.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Marching needs to be practiced as much sometimes as your music. And, everything is in a rhythm. Everything is in a count.
Right.
When we listen to music, we generally work off a beat of 16 beats. You have to be on the correct foot.
Okay.
You know, through the beats.
Sure.
And yeah, so having a little drill and deportment is really helpful ahead of time, but not necessary. Not necessary.
Now all these pursuits really stem from a military background, do they not? The marching, the bands, the pipes, they're military in origin.
Very, very much so, with the regiments and the like. The competitive style of things is a relatively new thing. There's always been flourishing, but I would probably say it didn't really come about until like the 1930s.
Oh, really?
But really, with the regiments prior to that, the drum major was a drummer. He was a paid soldier, and believe it or not, bagpipers were just bagpipers. Okay. So the drum major and drummers were soldiers within the regiment.
Okay.
So,
all right.
It's a little military background anyway.
Nice. How would you feel about me stepping out of the way here so you don't hit me and take a look, put us through a couple of paces? What do you think?
Sure. Why not? Why
not? Okay.
With Depends on what you want, but we'll show some things.
Whatever
sure,
you
why
think. Just touch not me with it.
not?
All right, thanks. Paul Ritchie, he's going to show us a couple of moves here. Take time. We can
Just making sure we're.
do it separately.
You want flourishes? Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
do
whatever you think. Yeah, show us some of the moves you might go through to practice, or whatever you think.
through a standard band formation. There are a lot of signals. I threw a lot of them out here.
Okay.
Basically, simple ones would be what everybody knows is the end of the song, which is basically this goes straight up in the air. I'm holding it a little closer just because of the camera.
Okay.
But this is a preparatory command for the band that we're finishing the song.
Okay.
So they see this out in front. The guide for the end of the song, the mace comes out over to your side.
Okay.
And usually we'll give a 2-beat, 2-time signal. Bump, 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 bump.
Okay.
And then from there, it just comes in,
Yep.
and the band cuts off. So that's the ultimate,
Right.
stop to the song. There are different guide moves, like if we're taking a right
Okay.
turn, and
Oh, excellent.
it seems strange because I'm pointing to the left, but this is to turn right, because the command is to think of it almost like a door. This is the hinge,
Okay.
and you're coming around this way.
Sweeping to your right.
Right, same thing the other way, we're going to the left instead. We're judged out here in the competition field more on the drill and deportment side than we are on the actual flourishing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You just have to be in the right part, so it doesn't necessarily, you can do very well in a contest by just hitting all the marks, presentation of yourself and all that.
Okay.
But the flourishes are the gravy, that's when you start to,
Okay. Excellent. Yep. Nice.
get these different things thrown in, and of course the higher the better. They like to see that.
Right. Right.
But ultimately the trick is to keep it off the ground.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to drop it.
Right.
But that's kind of the end for that. But those are both sides of the fence, as far as things go.
Right.
You're more of a bandsman from the beginning. There are free agents, I guess you would say, that just drum major and don't participate with
Oh,
bands.
okay.
But with that, it's more used on parade. The contest, unfortunately, here in the Northeastern, I wish there were more.
All right.
So,
Okay.
but
And what about judged on your appearance as well, Paul? Is that correct?
very much so. As far as things go, everything clean, pressed. We spend a lot of time with that because that's half the persona, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's great if you have a smart-looking band. It just looks so much better. Add the music top of it, it's great.
Yep.
But as far as dress is concerned, the judges out there look for different things from top to bottom.
Okay.
Okay. And on the military side of things, they're looking for right near Glengarry, just straight down through the center of your nose. Should go right with the tie. Should go right with the buttons, and even right down to the kilt. You look for the certain line within the kilt.
Wow.
To get the centering.
Right.
The hose, if you have any kind of embellishments on the front, they want to be right on your shin bone, all the way down through your laces.
I see that now. Yes.
And your toes. So it's the same from the back too. So that's really what you want to have is a perfect center line, clean of all the wildcat hair.
Yep. There you go.
None of it on you, but
Right.
that is also the second biggest thing. And I said that marching, deportment, how you present yourself, how you look, is a big part of both bands and the contest. And
Right.
we try and lead from the front, so
Right.
how you appear reflects on your band. So.
And you've got the weather and the wind and who knows what else to try to ignore, to try to leave that in the background while you're performing, right, Paul? I can just imagine.
Yeah. Today was beautiful. look up at the flags and see that they're not flying or waving as much. The wind does pick up, and it does play into your routine that you're doing. Going back and forth, you know, you're playing a mental game. If I go this way, the sun is behind me, so I'd be more apt to throw higher. If I'm facing into the sun, I'm trying to keep things closer to me, so I don't lose it in the sun. Or these things will drift a little bit if you get it up in the air.
Oh, I
a
imagine,
good stiff breeze, it'll move forward or backward, and that's another thing that you would get marked down on is, you know, adjusting yourself.
Yes, okay.
There's no way that you can go through all these flourishes and not look to see where it's coming. So, but they don't want you dancing around out there. Marching forward, always moving forward. So,
right.
Yeah.
Just continue the mission without any ignoring everything you can is what I was saying. Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Focus.
I gotcha. Well, I got to thank you, Paul. This has been fantastic. It really has.
Al, it's been great, Ray, and it's good to see you up here again for another fine year. You know?
Yeah, you've been a great friend of mine for years, and Paul's mom and dad, we knew them for many years here in New England too. Macintosh conveners and Clan Donald as well. So yeah, I'm so glad we had this opportunity and we're able to get together. The parade was delayed or something by an hour, but we still made it, folks.
Absolutely.
So, all right, that's the main thing.
Yep, looking forward to another good year at Loon.
All right, good. All right, touch the knot, Paul. We hope you're enjoying the variety of segments from the 2024 New Hampshire Highland Games. Please subscribe to the Touch Knot channel. Thank you.